A Journey into the Unknown. Chapter 50. Show gratitude for the smallest details. They are for you to enjoy, magnify by gratitude, and extend. Be thankful for the leaf that brought you your tea, and the sugar that makes chocolate so delectable. Be thankful for that money in your wallet that has always helped you obtain whatever your heart desired. Be thankful for all of the hard work and sweat that built the building you live in. Be thankful for all of the hard work by so many people that went into your favorite songs, movies, and plays. Be thankful for the belt that holds up your pants and the factories that produce nail polish and makeup. Be thankful for the hairstylist who knows how to color and style your hair perfectly. Be thankful for the person who bags your groceries and puts air in your tires. Be thankful for the bank teller who you were just too busy to look straight in the eyes and smile at. Be thankful for those who worked for pennies on the dollar overseas so you can wear the latest styles inexpensively. And for those who risk their lives to be in a foreign land for plentiful jobs but don't have the proper documentation for the authorities. All of this is for you, for each of you. It's all part of the grand plan, filled with lessons for each individual soul's development. It's the perfect dance of life, however imperfect it may seem at times. Sure, it's complicated, but it's all designed to bring each soul safely home, to the place where you now stand. It all is starting to pay off in the grandest possible way. Love notices the trillions of details that life provides everyone. Take notice and model this for others. Model awareness and not taking things for granted. Take nothing for granted. It can all disappear as quickly as it appeared. Chapter 51. There is an urgency to these times. Everything hangs in the balance. There is no guarantee that our plan will work. As I have alluded to, there is a great resistance to love on the earth. It is very powerful and involves both the common man and unseen spiritual forces. There are those who have left their humanity and rejoined us in the formless realm. When they died, they brought their pain and bitterness with them. They still had free choice and resisted all attempts to help them. The offer is still on the table, of course, but their numbers have increased considerably. They are not in the higher realms by their own choosing. They stay close to the earth and negatively influence those who are susceptible. They have organized, and they want the earth as their own playground. If these unseen beings can be described in one word, it would be ego. The human ego, or natural operating system, dies with the body. But some spirits recreate a new one once in the spirit world. These are collections of ideas around who they still believe themselves to be. They are powerless in the spirit world, but they do seek hosts in the material worlds. They do have influence over the affairs of certain individuals and even governments. They take pleasure in the destructive and loveless aspects of the human experience. They have been allowed to reincarnate time and again with broken promises to improve and the same disastrous results. These beings are still able to influence the Earth's inhabitants, but they will not be allowed to reincarnate here again. They will have to develop in very harsh places, where the energy is as difficult as they have been. The Earth itself will only support higher level spirit beings. Besides our work with you, this is another aspect of the reclaiming of the Earth and the sorting of souls that is going on. Chapter 52. The complicated nature of the human spirit situation on Earth is not limited to just the boundaries of the Earth. Duality plays out in countless universes and galaxies, in much the same way as it has here. This is by design, which is free will, the ability to choose. The main problem is that sentient beings usually do not know that they are choosing. They don't see diametrically different options and can't see beyond the prison of perception. The argument can be made that there is no choice until you know what your options are. A Course in Miracles taught the concept of ego, or having an ego was a choice. What was meant was that coming into form entailed having an ego. And having an ego meant a degree of separation from spirit, from the realm of origination. Once the choice was made to manifest into form, then there really was no further choice until the soul was mature enough to start to question everything. As you know, this is a painstakingly slow process that happens after a series of what are typically difficult lifetimes. What we hope to do with each of you individually and collectively is to use your mind-body vehicles that we now claim as our own to show that there is in fact a choice. It will be a stark this or that choice. Consciously seeing that there are two options to choose from will help speed up this process enormously. Chapter 53. Saying goodbye to your old self isn't easy. It is as comfortable as an old blanket. It is what you're used to. If that isn't who you are, then who are you? Or more importantly, what are you? A body, brain, level of education, level of social connections or lack of them, likes, dislikes, victories, defeats, problems of all types. This is who you are, right? You, the readers of this text, know that this is not who you are or who anyone is. All of this historical data is as substantial as a wet paper bag. There is no meat to it, but this is what everyone clings to as their identity. They feel like they cannot be in the world without an identity, something to bond them with others or repel them from others. The ego always sees other people as other people. The new way is to see others as different aspects of the one self, different reflections of you, as you are to them. What do you reflect? Is this the same old, or is it something completely new and different? Being identity and attachment free is something that is totally new and uncharted. You aren't a sex, or age, or handsome, or homely, or smart, or average, or normal, or weird, or a fan, or detractor, or a member, or an outsider. You are beyond all labels and all categories. You cannot be described adequately because you are beyond description. Does this sound familiar? Who does this sound like? Isn't the idea of God so magnificent that it defies description? Leaving the human way of thinking means leaving the world of identity and attachments behind. Chapter 54. It is not business as usual. Don't just read your spiritual books and pretend like everything is fine. The old is crumbling, so the new can take its place. Your job is to help create the new by creating miracles. The openings will be there. Again, your job is to plant the seed. When people's routines and comfort are threatened, they respond to the threat by thinking something is wrong and that something needs to be fixed. Comfort is paramount to an ego. People are right about one thing. There is something wrong. It's not the effects they are experiencing. It is their thinking. The way humans think causes everything here to manifest, the good and the bad. Thinking in step with your soul always produces good results because it is in lockstep with the source of all universes. An ego is not in lockstep with anything except other egos. It is bound to create misery and suffering when left to its own devices. If it creates anything of value, then you know that the soul has had some influence. There are groups of people who have been practicing mindfulness, meditation, and yoga. These practices can create space from the incessantly thinking mind. They are definitely a step in the right direction, but they don't provide knowledge, just openings. These sisters and brothers will be the second wave of Christ consciousness. You are each part of the first wave. Do what you can to nurture the development of the second wave. This ground is very fertile. Chapter 55. Let's get down to brass tacks. A strongly energized and fully mature soul can actually alter the path of another soul simply by being near it. Souls respond to other souls like food responds to heat. It's that simple. Souls do not respond to egos. It is a waste of time and energy. Give other souls what they crave, soul food. Give them your undivided attention and utmost consideration. This is a growing part of God, you see. Be a good listener and be short on advice. Have a list of resources available to seekers. Lend or give away what you have if you must. Everything can be replaced. Spiritual books, true spiritual books, are magical in that the reader becomes the book. Therefore, you don't really need to keep the books as dust magnets. Let them work their magic for a sister or brother. If you are not sure which book would be good for a particular person, set them all out and let the person choose. There are solo practitioners and those who are group-oriented. Help someone find a free group if they show interest. We don't charge money. There is not enough money for the truth. It is priceless, both literally and figuratively. As I've spoken of before, you are all being financially supported in some way or combination of ways. Being Christ cannot be one of the ways. It sends the wrong message. Money is definitely a man-made concept. So let's not blend it with our mission as much as possible. With this said, there may be nominal expenses for food or supplies. These can be donated or shared. Start to think in terms of sharing. This concept was popular during the hippie movement of the 1960s. Let's bring it back.